Hi guys, it's Blackie. Okay, as anyone who follows my channel knows, I like WC knives. I mean, come on. WC, William Collins knives, and I go back multiple years. And they are some of the best knives that I've ever had. I mean, as far as a field knife, it's the best knife I've ever owned. Okay. And I've got quite a collection of WC knives. Now this is just part of it right here. This is my WC Blackbird, then the WC Saner Scout, then the, let's see which one. This one is the WC SK Prototype. This is the WC SK number 4, and this is the WC NK. I carry a lot of these knives. I use a lot of these knives. And so recently, whenever I saw that William had come up with a hone for this, now this is officially called the RST, Rescue Survival Tool. And what it is, it's a bar of steel that's been made into a hone, and then he went and added a few more features, because you know the mad knife wizard's got to add a thing or two. And I'll show you this up close in a minute. But let's talk for just a second about what is a hone. Okay, when you sharpen a knife, you're taking metal away. Once a knife is sharp in usual day-to-day operations, most of the things that you encounter will not truly dull it. What they're doing is not taking away metal, but they're kind of, due to the grit of it, kind of sanding the edge. And this causes the edge to not be quite as sharp because it's getting kind of rough. Well, a hone is a polisher, okay? A hone doesn't take hardly any metal away, but it polishes that metal and keeps that edge sharp longer. So my granddaddy used to say, you sharpen a knife once and hone it for the rest of your life. And that's a way to keep knife edges good in the field without having to take off so much metal. Unless you truly dull it, in which case then you bring out something to sharpen it. And I carry diamond rods for sharpening, but I wanted a hone for it, and that's where this comes in. Now let me bring the camera down up close, and we're going to take a look at this up close and show you all the features of this little dude. Okay, this is the WC RST, and it's marked right there with the logo on it, American flag on the other end. This is the Rescue Survival Tool. Now, what it's got on it, and let me tell you up front, when I got this from William, he said he's changing the design slightly. This one has got a bottle opener. In fact, I think this is the exact one he used in his video. And this is going to change into more like a chisel on this side. Be more of a splitting tool then. But this is fine by me. Now you've got a 90-degree spine right here. That's just like the back of your knife has a 90-degree spine. That's what's going to be used for shaving. That way I can shave bark, I can make fat wood fires and things like that very easily by shaving. It also gives me a good 90-degree edge that I can sit there and drag against, you know, I'm making fire shavings and things like that. It's big enough I can lay it down on a stump and just pull straight toward me. On the other side is a rounded edge, and what that is for the curve. So like right here with my NK, holding that and using that round, I can use it like a round rod for drawing and polishing that edge. See, in the tight areas, that's what that's for. It works both ways. Now what a hone does is polish the edge. Since this steel has a much higher Rockwell hardness than this steel, and this is a pretty high one, but that's how you make a hone out of a piece of steel. It's a much harder steel with a good grain to it, so that whenever you actually go up there and go to sharpen it, since this being harder than this steel, it wants to cut this steel. This is like a 61, 62, so this is a great edge holder right here. But this was probably, I'm guessing, like 68 or something like that. It's a higher, so therefore it will do it. So just bear down and start using it like you would a stone. And you'll feel it kind of bite a little bit. Now what it's doing is it's actually realigning the grain of it. And a lot of professional chefs have steels. Now what that is a rough hone. But a lot of your professionals who use edges, and they got to maintain them, like in straight razors, a lot of times you had a hone because of this. I got a rough spot right there. I can feel it. And I feel it cutting it. Yeah, right there. I can see it. It's shining it up now. And because of that, I can grip it just like that and sharpen the flat of the steel. And you listen to it. The sound changes when it gets polished, gets smooth. Now that edge is nice and bright. Now this right here is a little dull yet, so I'll take that and go through it with a round side. You can feel it kind of bite there at the beginning. It's a little dull right here at this corner. Put it this way, pull back to me. And what that's going to do is going to polish that edge. Makes it finer, makes it a little sharper. So I don't have to resort to using a diamond hone or something until I really need it. So in cutting whatever, if it gets just basically scratched up, the edge gets scratched up, and it doesn't want to cut as cleanly, the edge is still there, but the edge is no longer smooth. It's got, you know, waves in it or whatever from the scratching of what you're cutting. By using a hone, I polish that out and smooth it out so it cuts cleaner. A big advantage. Now this works well for more of a straight blade. Let's look at the Blackbird like this. I can use it on my Blackbird because it's all the same angle, even on that curve. You want to do this deliberately and carefully. Okay. Just like that. And this is AEBL on this one. Oh yeah. It takes off any sap, grit, whatever. And you feel your edge, and like right there, I got just a touch of a wire edge. Okay? So I take that part of the steel, lay it up there, get the right bevel, and I start rolling it. I know it looks like my finger, but there's a gap right there. It's just the camera angle, guys. I'm not going to cut my finger. Alright, it rolled away. I felt it. Yep, now it's gone. And that's all it took. Now this transition right here, I'll take the rounded edge and I'll pull down against that. Stick the knife into the thing and pull it across that. Here's the sound change. Just like that. Nice and easy way to sharpen. Now it also included this little tooth right here. Now this tooth on the tip of that blade is very reminiscent of that tooth right there on the NK. That little curve in there. That gives me something I can dig down in and cut with. So I can actually cut with this. Now what that's for is supposed to be for a seat belt cutter, so I can stick under there and hook and just pull back to me and rip a seat belt to get it off of me in a car. And as a rescue tool in a car, this be okay. I can break glass with this easily by rolling that leather thong up in my hand to give myself a little bit more grip on it. I got a tip like that. I can harpoon into glass and shatter a glass to get out of a car. I've got a seat belt hook right there to grab and pull it. In bushcraft, this going on to another sheath, I can take and just do like that and make fuzzy sticks very easily by pulling up wood. Bite in, lift up, bite in, lift up, and making me contact surfaces that are easier for a match or whatever to catch, as well as taking the back edge of that blade, like I showed, the 90-degree spine, and sit there and shave to get shavings. Now that'd be fine if it's fat wood or whatever, but I make up a pile of shavings for my ferro rod strike. That gives me less wear and tear on the back of mine, because as I use this back edge to scrape, to shave, eventually it's going to round, it's going to dull, just like anything else. In which case I have to run across here and true it up. By taking this, putting it up there, 90 to 90, like that, I can also help keep that edge a 90. So as that creates a burr and starts to roll over to the top, this 90 being harder, as long as I keep it flat and slide it like that, is going to cut and keep that, sharpen that edge right there. Yeah, I can feel that got sharper. Now right here, a little bit dull. I'm going to make sure I'm dead flat on it. Pull to this side, I'm going to pull back. Dead flat on it, pull this way. And that put a little bit of a burr right there. So now I got more of an edge on that side. So I can true up the edge on the back of my blade with it. I've got a bottle opener right there for hooking and popping up, or using it for some other pry tool like that. The end is narrow, so you could take it up there and pound it in and emergency to split wood. And the lanyard is loose for a reason, because up there in the center there's a 1/4 inch hex hole, and your little hex bits that go for your screwdrivers and stuff will fit into that. So in a car or something, I would have it, you know, like again for a car tool, I'd be able to put it in there and use it as a screwdriver or whatever to torque and break loose. This would actually come in handy in some of my black powder revolvers, because being able to put the Torx bit in there, or the correct size screw bit, and use this as a torque handle where I could bear down and twist to unlock, would be a real advantage. All in all, it's just a great little tool. Now, why I wanted it as an accessory for my WC knives. It's going to go onto one of my knife sheaths. I'm not sure which one yet, but it's going to go onto the knife sheath as a hone for me to take to into the field. I have a WC hone to go with my WC knife. That's kind of cool to me. Now, it comes with a little bitty Kydex like that locks it in place. It's not going to fall out. And that is got those patterns on it of holes where you could line it up onto, say, one of these. Find two that would line up. Yep, that one and that one line up. And be able to lace it to it and put it onto a WC KNIVES. Of course, this is a stitchgear.com leather sheath. Man, you got to have that to go with your WS knife, and you got to have to go with your WC knives. I use all of them like that. But be able to put this in here, lace it into position or something, make it quick and handy. Man, that's just the way to go. Now, as a flint striker, using this in bushcraft. Okay. Now, leaving it inside the sheath, I still got a 90-degree edge right there, right? Now I can take it now that, of course, is not going to burn, but I could hold on to this and use it as a flint striker. It's going to shave and throw a lot of sparks. Real easy. All in that upper edge right there. While I'm in here, I can hold it in bare hand. Either way, quick and handy. So, if you're looking for an accessory to go with your WC knife, and you want a hone to go with your WC knife, William's making them right now. Go to the WC website to order it, find out pricing and everything else. It's a good piece of steel. I got mine to go with my kit. Now I've got the accessory to go with the knives. As you can tell, I got a thing for WC knives. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. At the end of this video, I will put the website to go to, and down in the description box, I'll put the link to go to William's site if you're interested in getting one of these to go with your WC knives. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.